Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna be showing you how I draw this teddy bear using oil pastels. I'm working with a basic set of Sakura Cray-Pas, which are super affordable and great for beginners. I would categorize myself as a beginner artist, although I've always liked drawing. I've only gotten really into it recently. My idea for this drawing came from a pack of cards that I've had since I was very little. I believe they were designed by an artist named Peter Woods back in the 90s, and the face of each card portrays these adorable teddy bears, and I always thought they were so cute and so inspiring. And so I wanted to try and make my own teddy bear card too. So today I'm starting with the ace, and just for reference, this is what the actual cards look like. So just a close-up of a teddy bear, and the nose is either a diamond, heart, club, or spade. Super cute and simple. So I decided to start with the ace of diamonds, and right off the bat I had the idea of a diamond ring. I had a vision that my bear would be looking into the diamond ring at a jewelry store. Like, wow! So I went in with a light sketch using my beige pencil crayon, and once I was happy with the draft, move on to my pastels. I'd say that I'm about 80% happy with the way this drawing turned out. I do wish the teddy bear itself had a more light around the face. It turned out a tad darker than I intended, and I'm not getting that wow emotion so much. Instead, it could even look like the bear is trying to steal the diamond, like, like plotting, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think the reason why it turned so dark was because I didn't know when to stop layering colors. I think I should have stopped around here, but I went in too many times with the layers and the colors, and it all turned into like a grayish blah in the end. And also, I think if I had less layers, then the bear would be more textured. So I'm gonna have to work on how to achieve that look. So now it's time to create that diamond shape. I wanted it to be a diamond ring and thought about using sort of a light gray or light blue at first, but I decided to stick with the red to emphasize that this is an ace of diamonds. I'm happy with the color choice I made and how it turned out. I think it gave me a vintage vibe and really set the tone for the rest of the drawing. For the jewelry box, my first idea was to make it a beautiful light green because I'm a fan of Van Cleef Arpels and I really love the way that their boxes look, so I wanted to sort of incorporate that in this drawing. And yeah, so I went in with yellow and blue, mixed them together with the white, and created this green effect. But later on, you'll see that I changed my mind about this box actually and made it a different color. This is because I thought that in the end, when I had the background and everything, the box really stood out. It was the lightest, um, I don't know the technical word for it, like the lightest shade or tone or weight. I took art classes in school, but I forgot these terms. Please, if you know, remind me in the comments. So it was basically like the lightest part of the drawing, and it really stood out too much for me. So yeah, that's why I changed my mind about this box. Anyway, for the table, I wanted it to have like a very velvety, deep green tablecloth. So, yeah, this is what I'm doing right now, and it's actually pretty fun to mix these colors together and create new colors. Probably my favorite part about this set of pastels here. And now that I feel like the drawing is somewhat coming together, I feel comfortable working on the smaller details, like the diamond ring. So I added shadows and worked on blending them with my Q-tip here. I think using the Q-tip is one of the really easy ways to work on details. You can always blend and sort of work your way through what you have imagined for the piece. And now I'm just adding light to the eyes. I like to use a whiteout pen for this process because the white pastels I have aren't really, they don't really show up. So yeah, I like to go in with a whiteout pen for the highlights of the eyes and the ring as well. I think this really just gave like the finishing touches to the drawing, and usually this is where I finish everything, but I felt like the drawing needed something else. And maybe it's a habit that I have that I just don't know when to stop the drawing. And I just went in again and again with the layers from here too, and also decided to add a background. And then I was like, wait, wasn't the bear supposed to be looking at a store window on display? And now it looks more like the bear is in its grandmother's house looking at her jewelry collection, like her vintage jewelry collection. But in the end, I think that's a narrative that I like even more. It's a lot cozier and more in line with my style. So, yeah, I'm actually happy with the way it turned out. At this point, my drawing is starting to look pretty complete, but I knew that I wanted to take that narrative a step further and really create the feel that the bear was in its grandmother's room and looking at her jewelry table. So I decided to add another piece of jewelry onto her collection. And I decided to go with a very classical pearl necklace. I went in with my white oil pastel. I was quite worried if it would show up okay over that layer of green, but it turned out okay, I think. At this point, it was really noticeable to me that the jewelry box was the lightest part of this whole drawing and kind of stealing the shine away from the centerpiece and the bear itself. So I gathered all of my courage and decided to paint over this light green color with a dark blue, which in my mind was a color that went a little bit better with the background and the green and the whole color composition of this painting. I'm really curious to know what you think about this final decision. Um, do you think it was the right move, or do you actually like the painting a little bit better before? I know I went in and made a lot of adjustments and like added a background, added another jewelry piece, and now added changed the color of the jewelry box. And for me, my issue is that I'm not completely confident yet in my art, and I whenever I feel like my art is almost done, I feel like I can improve it even more, go in and fix a few things even more, and don't really know when to stop. So if you have any advice on this, I would really, really, really appreciate you leaving a comment on this video. And speaking of videos, this was actually my first art video, and I am new at YouTube. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I do think that I learned a lot of things about video making, even from making just one video and doing my voiceover and everything, editing, and yeah, so I want to make another video talking about this experience as well and share with you what my thoughts are on YouTube and where I want to take this channel in the future. So if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!